Alrighty, folks, exciting little Swede offering today. We've got a Saab 9.3, but it's a Viggen. The Viggen brought reformed body panels that look a little bit more aggressive. The rear spoiler, I believe a different suspension setup, which has been swapped out for the current coilover setup, and just makes for an overall more aggressive looking 9.3. The Viggen is a Saab airplane, and obviously the car was named in tribute to that Saab. I believe it's either a World War II pusher propeller plane or a modern fighter jet. I will confirm. I know they make the J-39 Gripen, which is a different plane, but obviously Saab was formerly and actually currently a manufacturer of fighter jets, although the car production is no longer a thing. They do still currently make jets, which is super cool. Saab actually stands for Swedish Aeroplane AB. AB is equivalent to like LLC would be in the United States, really just Swedish Aeroplane LLC, if you will. But just a fantastic looking car. I love the black on black coat that she is wearing. The BBSs look fantastic. You got upgraded brakes with the drilled and slotted rotors, really just slotted in the rear and drilled and slotted up front. Of course, as I mentioned, the Viggen gets a spoiler, and this example is a convertible. It's in immaculate shape, very, very well kept, considering the mileage, and there's a few fantastic choice modifications that make this thing really more of a monster than it already is. Power comes from a 2.3 liter turbocharged inline 4, which has seen a little bit of enhancement in this specific example. It's got an intake. There's actually a decent list that I'll just run through here before I forget. So we've got the K&N air intake, the cross-flow intercooler. It's obviously the turbocharged 2.3, twin spoke 19-inch BBSs, the Koni adjustable dampers and thicker springs, a 6-way subframe brace, front shock tower brace, a 21mm sway bar, obviously the rear spoiler, and a few more choice modifications such as a revised steering rack, polyurethane bushings, and all of that good stuff. Really, really fantastic. And sorry for reading off the cheat sheet here. I just wanted to make sure that I got it all right. So obviously we do these videos as basically a service to all of you bidders and potential buyers so that all of you know exactly what you're getting. We do a quick circle of the exterior, a quick review of the interior, looking for cosmetic flaws, then we'll give it a cold start and hit the road and enjoy the car. So you'll get a full picture of what it is that you are potentially interested in purchasing and bidding on. And this is a 100% a fantastic example. It's come out of a multi-vehicle collection that we have on consignment now from one owner who has been meticulous with all of his vehicles. Everything he sent us is in fantastic shape. It's been an eclectic mix of really cool stuff, and he is the exact kind of guy that you would want to purchase a specialty vehicle from. His ownership has been fantastic. Everything's been stored inside, and they present as such, as coming from a collection that has been cherished and well maintained and all of the above. So without further ado, we'll start up front on the cosmetic overview. The hood is in fantastic shape. The lights are crystal clear. Even down below on the passenger side of the front bumper, there's no scratches or dings or dents or even really any rock chips, which is fantastic to see. Down below, it gets just a tiny little scrape there and there. Tiny, tiny, tiny. But otherwise, really, really nice. In the center of the bumper, you have your blacked out grille, which I think looks fantastic, with like this space gray bumper cover. Of course, the bumper out front with your front plate, which Jersey requires. Your lower grille here also in fantastic shape. No dings, dents, or scratches other than really, really small scratch right there. But otherwise, really, really nice shape. The hood, at least the front section, is in fantastic shape. We'll get to the back section, but that's also in fantastic shape. And the black clothing that she is wearing just presents so well. It's a very sporty looking car, and I think it looks fantastic in this double black specification. So your lights, nice glass lights, nice and clear, no chips, no cracks, nothing like that. And the driver's side corner of the bumper is also in fantastic shape. Absolutely love to see that. Coming around to the front driver quarter panel and the driver side of the hood. Driver side of the hood is in fantastic shape. I don't see a single paint flaw, and when you can still see orange peel, it shows that the car has doesn't suffer from a ton of swirl marks or anything like that that will disguise that orange peel. So when you can see orange peel, it's usually a good sign to me. Coming here, front quarter in fantastic shape. A little bit of a chip where it looks like there was a touch up here. But again, my finger for size reference there, it's minuscule. And then coming down below, we've got, what kind of tires do we have on it? Toyo tires, Proxy Sport A All Seasons is, I'm believing, what AS stands for. 2023, so fairly new tires as well. Fairly new looking rotors as well, which look like they're in fantastic shape, drilled and slotted, as I mentioned. No curbing on the wheel whatsoever. Your pad has a ton of meat left, so you're in good shape there. And yeah, very happy with the front quarter of the car. You also get your Viggen badging above your marker light here as well. Rear section of the front quarter on the driver's side looks fantastic as well. Now looking at the door, again, no imperfections that I'm seeing, even down on this lower rocker panel where you always start to see debris get kicked up. Very nice to see, and your body gaps are super linear. A-pillar and the windshield also in really, really nice shape. Not seeing any rock chips or dings or dents or scratches. Nothing of the sort. And even up top where your convertible top meets the roof, all in nice shape. Your rubber is still very pliable. It's not dried out or cracked. Mirror caps look good. Rear section of the driver front door looks fantastic as well. Your black plastic pulls aren't faded. Actually, that is metal. Look at that. Nice, nice. Usually these are plastic, but that definitely feels like metal. Very cool. Nice added detail. A little bit of a touch-up looks like there. I mean, tiny, tiny little rock chip. And again, the paint is just fantastic on this car. The trim lines look great. The body trim, all that stuff, all your gaps are in fantastic shape. A little bit of paint degradation here. But again, it's got a little bit of a stagger there. So you'd expect some road debris to hit this widest part, but very, very mild. Now for the rear driver quarter, very long quarter. So in front of the wheel, we are in fantastic shape. I'm not seeing any flaws. And also the deck lid, so to speak, is also in really, really, really nice shape. Absolutely love to see that. Coming now to the driver rear wheel, same story, really nice shape. The rotors have just a tiny bit of oxidization on them, but your pads look great. And again, the rotors have plenty of life left. Wheel and tire look fantastic as well. No curbing on the wheel that I am seeing. And for date codes, we've got 4822. So pretty much the last week of 2022. Fantastic. The quarter itself looks great all the way back to the rear. Not seeing any flaws there. And then down below, driver side rear bumper also looks fantastic. Not seeing any problems there. Up top, we've got the spoiler and the trunk lid, which are in great shape. Same with your tail lights, and the lower section of this upper rear body panel here looks fantastic. Tiny, 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 mild abrasion here that's barely even visible. You might not even be able to see it. And I like this oblong, kind of oval-shaped exhaust tip that is surrounded by this little extended plastic diffuser here. Now coming to the center, again, your tail light on the driver's side's in fantastic shape. I do see two spots where some touch-up was applied there. My finger again for reference, there and there. But otherwise, I mean, minuscule details that blend away pretty much the second you take a step back from the vehicle. The Saab badge is just ever so slightly faded, but otherwise in really good shape. And then on the spoiler, you do just have a little tiny bit of scratching there and there, but otherwise it's in fantastic shape. The plate bracket and the plate area also in really nice shape. Same with the center of the rear bumper. We just have two tiny, tiny little abrasions there and there, but otherwise, again, barely visible, probably won't even come through on the camera. You also have now the passenger side of the rear of the car, which is in amazing shape. No abrasions on the spoiler. The trunk cover looks great. Got your little mini antenna here. Your tail lights are in fantastic shape, no, not cloudy or cracked or anything like that. Bumper looks great other than just the tiniest little abrasion. Again, we're pointing out everything, but it may not even come out on camera how insignificant these are. Also, the little diffuser here looks great. Coming up now, just looking at the deck lid area, really nice. Not delaminated at all, not faded, not discolored. Really love to see that. A little bit of discoloration here, but that seems like it's, can't really tell what that is, but really minor, honestly. Fuel door looks great. Rear section of the upper quarter looks great, and then the lower bumper corner here also in fantastic shape. Now for the passenger side, we've got the BBSs. The rotors look great, plenty of pad life left, little bit of curbing on these BBSs just right here. Really mild, and it's something that we see a lot more commonly on the passenger side of the car, the side that's further away from the driver. You have less of a judge of distance from the curb on the passenger side, but overall the wheels look fantastic. As for date codes on the tires, we're looking at 723, so very early in 23. Quarter looks great above the wheel. There is just one really small little hairline scratch here. Again, may not even come through on camera. Now, ahead of the wheel, same story, looks fantastic, and I'm just so pleased with the paint on this car. It really presents so well. There is just a tiny little pinprick chip there, again, grasping at straws here for flaws. You also do see that same paint degradation on this staggered little flare here. Again, common for the widest part of the car, especially on the passenger side that's closer to the shoulder of the road where debris hangs out, to get just some mild degradation. But again, overall, just really pleased with the condition of the car. All the way up to the door, the quarter looks fantastic. Rockers are in really good shape. Your trim looks great. Now for the passenger door, again, really nice door handles here. Nice metal door handles. Really quite substantial feeling. I'm impressed by that. You also get your trim lines, which look fantastic. The door as a whole, just in amazing shape. Absolutely love to see that. Mirror caps look great. Mirrors look great. The top of the roof in really nice shape. Again, your rubber is nice and supple. It's not dried out or anything like that. Really good to see. The passenger side of the windshield also looks fantastic. Not seeing any rock chips other than one really small one right there. But otherwise, really nice shape, and the A-pillar looks great. The front section of the passenger door also, again, just in fantastic shape. The paint on this car is stunning, honestly. Really stunning. Rocker panel looks good. And then the front passenger quarter, again, you get your Viggen badging, your marker light, all in great shape. The passenger side of the hood is in fantastic shape. The black plastic here, I wouldn't even note this as faded, but maybe 10% fade. We've seen significantly worse fading than this, and these plastic cowls tend to go first. Front section of the passenger quarter also in fantastic shape. There's just one little touch-up that looks like it was done there. And then last but not least, the passenger front wheel. Again, the 4822, so almost the final week of 2022. You get your drilled and slotted rotor with a very meaty pad there. And then, of course, since the rear passenger is curbed, there's a little bit of curbing here, but very minor, just on the outer lip. Same down here, and just a tiny bit more there. Also love the BBS center caps as well. So that'll do it for the overview of the exterior, just making sure we didn't miss anything on these outer corners on the passenger side, but we haven't. They look fantastic. Now we'll do a quick review of the interior, hit a cold start, and hit the road. As for the interior, also in really nice shape overall. Door cards are quite nice, just the slightest bit of wear on the door handle here, a little bit of degradation of the chrome, just ever so slight there, but overall the leather's in fantastic shape. The armrest's not worn out, everything is nice and supple still, it's not dried out. And I like how simple the door cards are. All you have is your trunk release, all your window switches are there, and all your locks are in the center console. Now looking at the kick plate, you get a very cool Viggen branded kick plate, and then your Saab branded inner plate there. Very nice. Little bit of separation on the trim here, which honestly we should be able to remedy right here, right now. I'm surprised I didn't notice this earlier. So that is easily fixable, and we will take care of that before the car is given to its new owner. Again, you get these very cool geometric Saab vents. I've always been obsessed with the quality of these and the way they are designed. They're very, very cool, but they kind of have layers of cheese grater looking surfaces that you can angle in various ways. Light controls look good, and then of course you get this gorgeous kind of oblong perforated leather steering wheel, which I think just looks fantastic on this car, especially with the yellow stitching. As for the driver's seat, again, overall in good shape. You do just have a little bit of cracking and a little bit of wear on this outer bolster here, a little bit more wear on that front crease, and then just a tiny bit more on the lower bolster. But again, overall, really, really nice. You also get your Viggen badging, which I think is super cool. Coming back now, we've also got the rear, which are Viggen embossed as well. The carpet's in great shape, the leather's in great shape, all that stuff. Even your vents, the seat backs here look very, very good as well. I will open the trunk with the key-operated trunk release button. And you do get a decent amount of trunk space, even considering that this is a convertible. So we also have a wind deflector here. I believe that's the case for the wind deflector, potentially, or something similar. And then decent amount of storage back here. Not any issues or scratching or degradation that I have noticed either. Really, really nice. All your seals are in great shape. All your liners look great. And the trunk supports itself exactly as it should. Very nice. The struts are in good shape. That is the word I was looking for. Door card on the passenger side looks great. Door handles in great shape. Both the actual release and the handle itself, really, really nice. Same with the leather here. Door jambs look fantastic. Again, the paint is just in such nice shape on this car. You get your Viggen badging, your Saab badging, even Saab badging on the seats here. And the passenger seat is in fantastic shape. We just have a tiny little bit of wear there and a tiny, tiny little bit of wear right there, if you can see that. But otherwise, really, really nice. And the leather on these is so soft and supple. You also get your Viggen badging, tiny little armrest, center console armrest there, and all the gizmos and gadgets down here. Your roof control, your signature Saab center console ignition, and then, of course, your shifter, all benefiting from a total lack of wear. Even the steering wheel shows very little wear. You also have your updated Pioneer head unit, more geometric. Again, I just love these vents. And a little bit of, abrasion here, but otherwise really nice. Your carpets are in fantastic shape. Your dashboard is in fantastic shape. And again, you get more Viggen badging, reminding you exactly how cool of a car it is that you're driving. Rear seats are in really nice shape. Again, more Viggen badging. Tons of black leather. Seat backs look immaculate. Very, very nice to see. Really cool. So next, we'll check out the engine bay and take a look at that 2.3 liter turbocharged inline four. It is reported to make, I think, right around 300 horsepower. And it certainly feels pretty stout, pretty grunty, pretty powerful. I'm very impressed with the power plant on this car, no doubt about it. So coming up, again, hood struts are in great shape. We just have a little bit of damage to the liner here. Maybe some could have been a rodent, potentially. We haven't noticed any in our building here, and we're very rodent aware. We avoid getting any kind of rodents in the building, and every hole larger than a dime is closed off. So there was a ton of money spent on rodent proofing our building. We would immediately notice if there was one, and we haven't seen one. We've had the car for some time now too, so luckily no problems there. Engine bay is pretty standard. Of course, you get your strut bar there, which is adding some extra torsional rigidity, chassis rigidity. You get your Viggen badging on top of the valve cover and the 2.3 turbo, noting the displacement and the fact that this is a forced induction engine. You also get your intake system there and all that good stuff. And I think what's really cool is your oil filler cap is Viggen branded. Absolutely love to see that. But pretty clean engine bay overall. especially considering the mileage and considering that this car is modified. It's putting out more power than it would have from factory. And so usually, fluids tend to get places, tends to get dirty, tends to produce more heat when you do these modifications, but not the case here. Car stays very cool and idles well, all that stuff. No problems that we've encountered. Really, really just a fantastic piece of kit here. So now we'll do a cold start. I'll put the top up. We'll go over the top really quick, and then we'll hit the road. Now for the cold start, hand on the exhaust. She is nice and chilly. It's getting cold up here in New England. It's about 45 degrees out right now. Hop in, and again, one of my favorite Saab features, that center ignition. So it goes on, 79,125 miles, pull the parking brake, and bam. Starts right up, take it out of gear. Heat comes right on. And another one of my favorite features is that if you leave the heated seats on, like the button will stay depressed. So you don't have to turn them back on again when you get in the car. I think that's a super cool feature. So now I'll do the convertible top. Let me close the door, hit the roof button, and it's reasonably quick. And then we'll let her warm up and just review the condition of the top itself. But overall, it's in very nice shape. Give her a moment there. Closes right up. Very good. Complete. So then you twist. You know what? There we go. That's right. So out, down, pull down to get it into the slot, and then fasten by going back up. I'll also do all the windows. There's the fronts, and here come the rears. And there's actually a button for the all four. And now I'll hop out. We'll just do a quick review of the top itself. So the top overall is in really nice shape. Your glass is crystal clear, crystal clear. Little bit of an abrasion here, little abrasion there, but overall no creasing, nothing like that. Our microfiber towel tends to leave strands in it, so disregard those when we wipe down like a canvas surface like this. It'll leave those microfibers from the towel. Coming around to the driver's side, same thing. The top's in great shape. It's nice and tight. There's not too much creasing or anything like that. There's a little bit of wear on the support bars where you can see, obviously the top has to be pretty taut. It will get worn over time, but absolutely no leaks. I've had the car outside in the rain, and it's been nothing but pleasant for us. So now we'll hit the road, go for a drive, and enjoy the car. Alrighty, so now that we're in the cockpit behind the wheel, we've got the heat all the way up. I forget how to, there's fan speed. Heat is working very well. Now I've got the heat off. My seat is already warm. Passenger seat is already warm, again, because you can just pre-select your heated seats. We also have a Bluetooth head unit, all that good stuff. Can do night panel, turns off all your gauges. We've got our lights here. We can confirm that those work, and fog lights, 2 switches for fog lights. You can also adjust the brightness of the display. I'll check that my mirror adjusters work as they should. So driver's side mirror, oh, there we go. Come on, it was going. There we go. Thank you. Very good. And the passenger side, there we go. Very good. Perfect. Okay, what else do we have? Turn signals, all that good stuff. Brights, windshield spray and wipe. Very good. I don't want to get the windshield too dirty. Our parking brake indicator is also functioning as it should. Lights. Light switch here. And then, of course, your roof button, all that good stuff. Parking brake. That pretty much does it for the... I wonder if we get radio on this. I haven't tried connecting my phone. I'm not the best at it. Function. Okay. So obviously your head unit works exactly as it should. Nice. I wonder, let's try Sirius XM. Very good. Just to get an idea of the sound system. Very good. Very good.
Timeless classics with holiday traditions.
Nice.
There are dozens of festive channels to choose from. Just download the SiriusXM app and search holiday.
And you can turn the display off.
Imagine a long road
So
trip
we'll
with
wait
a
for
designated DJ.
some music to come on and we'll vibe out in just a moment. Oh, well, your cup holders do work, but the shroud does get knocked off of the head unit here. So not a big deal. I guess if you want to use the cup holder, just remove your shroud, but that fits into place very easily, very nicely. Parking brakes off, and now we'll hit the road. So right now we've got the microphone over the exhaust, which should sound nice, but the real joy, the audible joy, the auditory joy that this car presents is, believe it or not, the blow-off noise is so good. It's so good. I also love the classic Saab boost gauge. Really just makes for a fun setup. Second you get on the power, it starts to go, and the transmission is very forgiving, and we've got plenty of power. This is not a slow car by any means. I mean, the standard Viggen was a pretty fast car, but with these choice modifications, it is extra fast, and it's just a boost machine, absolute boost machine. There is some mild oscillation in the wheel, just ever so slight, little vibration, but overall, really nice setup. You can feel everything in the road through those 19-inch, very low-profile tires. So you definitely get a lot of sensation. Every little bump or crease or crevice in the road gets transmitted through the steering wheel. Makes a boost. Oh, and the blow-off noise is just so good. So right now we've got the microphone, as I said, over the exhaust, but on the halfway through, we'll get out of the car and put the microphone in the engine bay, and you'll hear exactly what I'm talking about. It is just, it's insane. The boost, the blow-off noise, all that stuff. And I love the handling dynamics of this car. Not only is it very comfortable and it provides a great sound, but it's also really dynamic. Oh man, can't get enough of that blow-off noise. Really, really nice. Very little body roll in the corners as well, which is just great. Very planted feeling car, and it pulls you through the corners. Obviously, this is a front-wheel drive machine. Also, I want to add that those brakes provide some outstanding stopping power. We'll go second gear up the hill, and front-wheel drive up a hill is just the best. It's the best. Just claws your way up the hill. Really nice, really nice. And this is a bumpier road. It's handling it with ease. Again, you do get some bumpiness communicated through the steering wheel, but as far as like it being comfortable on a bumpy road, it's very comfortable. These seats are the perfect blend, in my opinion, of sporty yet supple. They hug you really well, but they also have a ton of cushion in them, so it's just really a nice mixture of a sporty yet luxurious feeling seat. Wow. And yeah, that power, once that boost kicks, is just really nice. There's very little lag as well. And not only can you feel it building, but you can hear it building. So it makes for a wonderful experience. Really nice. And yeah, those brakes are really impressive. Really, really impressive. Coming downhill, it's just a champ. Nice. Really good. Really good. And I'll hit a hard stop here. So we're doing 50 right now. I'll see how quick we can get to 0. Wow. Wow. Really strong. Really strong. Very impressive, the braking system. Definitely a very well-chosen upgrade. So quickly, we're just going to put the microphone in the engine bay now. Get ready. Alrighty, so now we've got the microphone right near the blow-off valve in the engine bay. Get ready. So good. Great blow-off noise. Just incredible. There's Bob. Really wow, just fantastic. Oh, hard to get sick of that blow-off noise. Really nice, really nice. And the downshifts are so smooth. I love the way the transmission is. Little additional blow off there, a lot of pressure being built, and the corner. Oh my god. Feels fantastic. Downshift in third, and those front wheels drag into the corner. Really nice, really nice. A little bit of wind noise coming through, but otherwise, really, honestly, a pretty quiet cabin here. Just fantastic. Yeah, these Viggens are a very well-kept secret that I think in the general car purchasing, car enthusiast population was aware of. They'd be worth a whole lot more. And what the package offers for the price point is pretty astonishing. I mean, you get a seriously powerful turbocharged car that is capable of being heavily modified and still being reasonably reliable. You also get a really dynamic feeling chassis and kind of the cool cachet of a Saab, which obviously is no longer in production. Alright, that's enough boosting for now. But yeah, just super pleased with the way the car drives. And the modern amenity of the head unit and all that good stuff make it even more lovable. Totally daily drivable. And it's a fantastic piece of kit. It's a fantastic piece of kit. I think for the money, these are just honestly one of the best bang for bucks out there. So yeah, definitely a huge fan of Saab in general, and specifically the Viggen. They are just amazing cars. I mean, we've done 900 turbos, 9000s, all the stuff. We have a Sonnet inside. We have a 96. So Saab definitely has a special place in my heart. And this being a pretty late model in terms of Saab's history is, you know, a lot of people poo-poo the GM. The car's built in collaboration with GM after the acquisition, but this is just a total diamond, total uncut gem, so to speak, and something that I think more people should be aware of. And drive one, trust me, you will appreciate it. And for not a substantial sum of money, you can have a really cool piece of Saab special edition history, and obviously they're not making any more. So yeah, definitely grab this one while you can. It's a fantastic example. And just as a closing thought, thank you all so much for watching. These videos are a privilege. It's not lost on me that we get to do this every day, and I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in, watching, making questions, making comments, and supporting us through our listings. So thanks very much, and I hope you all have a lovely day.